The 2026 Zeekr 7X is quietly becoming one of the biggest underdog stories in the electric car world, and the numbers behind it don't make sense at first glance. In late 2025, this SUV, one most people outside the EV world had never even heard of, started rolling onto driveways across Australia. A few months later, the sales figures came in, and this newcomer had already outsold the Volkswagen ID.4. It had outsold the Toyota BZ4X. It had outsold the Hyundai Ioniq 5, a car that practically invented the modern electric SUV look. The only two vehicles standing above it were the Tesla Model Y and the BYD Sealion 7, two of the biggest names in EVs on the planet. And that's exactly where this story begins. To understand how it got here, we have to rewind to 2024, when Geely, the massive Chinese automotive group that also owns Volvo and Polestar, decided its premium EV brand, Zeekr, needed a car that could go toe-to-toe with the best mid-size electric SUVs in the world, not compete on price alone, but actually compete on substance. So they built the 7X on their SEA platform, short for Sustainable Experience Architecture, and gave it a sleek, coupe-like silhouette with a hidden energy design philosophy. The idea that every single curve on the body should be earning its place aerodynamically, not just sitting there for style. It was a car built with a chip on its shoulder, aimed squarely at the Tesla Model Y and the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Fast forward to this year, and the story takes its next turn at the Beijing Auto Show, where Zeekr pulled the cover off the facelifted 2026 model, and this is where things get genuinely dramatic. The big reveal was a new 900-volt electrical architecture, a serious leap from the old 400-volt system, unlocking dramatically faster charging times. But the number that stopped people in their tracks was the performance figure on the range-topping Ultra variant. Dual motors, 795 horsepower, 585 kilowatts, 0 to 60 in just 2.98 seconds. Read that again. A 5-seat family SUV with cargo space and Nappa leather that can out-accelerate cars costing 3 or 4 times as much. The more sensible variants tell a Connor story. The base Max makes 503 horsepower and does the sprint in about 5.4 seconds, while the long-range Max trims that down slightly to 5.1 seconds. But even those numbers would have seemed unbelievable in a mainstream SUV just a few years ago. And for the road trippers, the Ultra's 103 kilowatt-hour battery is rated for 802 kilometers on the CLTC cycle, or roughly 500 miles on paper, meaning this quiet underdog can go the distance. Step inside the cabin, and the story keeps building. Every single 7X, regardless of trim, comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8295 chip running the show, the same kind of silicon you'd expect in a flagship smartphone, not a family SUV. Climb into the higher trims, and you're met with a 15-inch OLED touchscreen, a 12-inch digital driver's display, Nappa leather seating, a panoramic glass roof stretching overhead, and a 22-speaker sound system that turns every commute into a bit of an event. And it isn't just about comfort. The Zeekr Pilot 2.5 suite brings LiDAR, adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automated lane changes, and full 360-degree camera coverage, all working quietly in the background. Fold the rear seats down, and you've got up to 1,978 liters of cargo space, waiting for whatever life throws at it. Here's the twist that ties the whole story together, though. None of this comes at some outrageous price. In China, where this all began, the 7X starts at around $32,000 US. In Australia, where it's been quietly stealing sales from established players, it starts at 57,900 Australian dollars, topping out at 75,900 for the fully loaded Black Special Edition. It's already spread to Malaysia, Thailand, and parts of Europe, with the UK arrival expected sometime in 2026. And that's really the heart of why this underdog has been winning. It isn't cutting corners to hit a low price, and it isn't charging a premium just because it can. It's simply delivering supercar-adjacent performance, genuinely long range, and a loaded interior at a number that undercuts almost everything it's beating in the sales charts.
So that's the story of the 2026 Zeekr 7X, a car that showed up quietly, without the brand recognition of Tesla or the decades of trust behind Toyota and Volkswagen, and is now sitting near the top of the sales charts anyway. If this story caught your attention, hit that like button, subscribe for more EV deep dives, and tell us in the comments, do you think the Zeekr 7X has what it takes to actually dethrone the Tesla Model Y? See you in the next one.